Over the last few days, I've been listening to a lot of affiliates, those individuals that are participating with OnPassive, and they're all talking about OnPassive, and they're talking about things they don't know yet. And their response is, be patient. Mr. Mufara will come out and tell us when he's ready. Well, today I want to go on the other side of that. I don't want to talk about the things I don't know. I want to talk about the things I do know. And I will talk about a couple of things that I don't think anybody else has touched on or mentioned. But, it's funny, knowledge is the key to everything. And if you want to be successful, you need to have the knowledge to persevere. Keep that knowledge, keep those facts right in front of you. And if you can do that, you will be at peace. So I'm going to bring a little peace to your life. To start with, when you think about OnPassive, when you think about Mr. Mufara, when you think about what they're doing, it is Herculean. It really is massive what they're doing. And if you think about Muhammad Nazal, Muhammad Kamal, if you think about Dr. Susan, if you think about Ash, if you think about the tech team in Hyderabad and everything that they're doing, I can tell you this is what I know. They have not lost a step. In fact, they're speeding up every day. And everything that they're doing is just compounding, whether you talk about the Burj Khalifa, whether you talk about the metro station, whether you talk about the conference in Egypt and Africa, wherever you're talking about, what OnPassive is doing is compounding. They're building up. And when you think about that, what goes through your mind? This is what I know. OnPassive has never stopped. They are continuing to bring people in. And they are bringing them in mass. People are coming in and they are buying OConnect. Why is that important to you? Let me give you a little analogy of what I know. When you think about Marty, Dan, and I, we're always marketing. I know in our little business that we have, people are coming in and they are buying. These are new people. These are not old people. These are not early bird affiliates. They are new people coming in and they are buying. And it's extraordinary what's happening, what I see every single day. And I won't go into the numbers because they'd blow you away. But I will compare them to OnPassive and what OnPassive is doing, what Mr. Mufara is doing on the marketing side of OnPassive. When you look at OnPassive and you look at our little poo-poo company, there is no comparison. People are flocking in, buying OConnect, and they are being put in that holding tank until Mr. Mufara is ready to distribute those to those individuals participating with OnPassive. It is absolutely massive, and that really is the important takeaway from this little scenario. OnPassive is continuing to grow. They're continuing to bring people in. People are coming in, they're buying OConnect, and they're put in a holding tank. Those individuals, each and every one of them, will be put in an organization of those individuals participating with OnPassive, the affiliates participating with OnPassive. This is massive because we're not talking about a few 100,000 people or a few, 2, 3, 400,000 people. We're talking about millions of people that they've brought in and they're in a holding tank for you and I. That's a really, really big deal. So when we start to think about that, what enters our mind? And I really want to go to a place that no one's gone to yet. When you think of the numbers that are coming in and paying, this is something I know, and now you will. Whatever company you're talking about, whether it's OnPassive or another company, they have to cash flow. And if they don't cash flow, they're out of business. I know that OnPassive is cash flowing. How important is that? It's extremely important. Now, how much is OnPassive cash flowing? What do the numbers look like? I see what's going on within my organization. I see what's going in with those early bird affiliates that are on OnPassive. I see the number of people that are coming in and buying. I can run the numbers of OnPassive. And when I start to run the numbers of OnPassive, not only on the early bird side, but on those individuals coming into OnPassive, those customers that are buying, and I start to add up the revenue that's coming into OnPassive, It is extraordinary. And I won't go into numbers here. You can do the numbers yourself. You can work with those numbers, play with them. You have the same figures I have. But I know, and this is really, really important, ONPASSIVE is cash flowing. Why is that important? It's important to understand the amount of money coming into ONPASSIVE. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. And we haven't even started yet. It's going to get so big, it's just going to blow your mind. But it's important to understand that that money's there. It's coming in. It's continually coming in. Why? Because this is how we get paid. Everybody that comes into that holding tank will be put underneath those affiliates in ONPASSIVE, the early bird affiliates in ONPASSIVE. You will make a commission from each one of those, from those individuals landing in your organization. It's a really, really big deal. It's even more than that. It's even more than that. But I'm going to stay focused. The individuals coming in, we know this. We know it. The individuals coming in, landing in your organization, the first one that lands in your organization, you get 100% commission. Unheard of. Unheard of in any industry. I don't care what business you're talking about. It's unheard of. 100% commission with that first one. What does that do? It literally gives you a path forward to have a free and clear business. You are no longer out of pocket because that first one was 100% commission. So whatever you paid for OConnect, you got that back with the first sale. But it's better than that. Every sale that comes in after that, we know this is 25% commission, period. Whatever the number is, 25% commission. It will be different with other products coming in, and Ash told us that there will be more products coming this month, and we'll find out what those commission rates are with those products. But we'll stick with OConnect today, 25%. 25% with ONPASSIVE going to work for you, putting people in your organization will set you free, financially set you free. I know this, and you should too. A lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, you already know it, but it's important to keep these facts in front of you so that peace is just emanates around you. There's no reason not to have that. So when we think about ONPASSIVE, when we think about the cash flow, we know that ONPASSIVE is cash flowing right now, and it is spectacular. Let's get to that. We talked about the commission side a little bit. And in order to draw a commission, you have to come in and buy OConnect. And I want to talk about OConnect and the buying of OConnect because it really illustrates what ONPASSIVE is doing and what's going to be happening very, very quickly. And I'll get to both of those things. When we look at OConnect, 3 weeks ago, had a little snafu, had a little problem. Okay, what does ONPASSIVE do? They see the problem, they come up with a solution, they implement it. And the problem they had was with the merchant accounts not being able to accept credit cards. So people couldn't come in, use a credit card, and buy OConnect. Now, I can tell you, I did a deep dive on the merchant accounts and the credit cards and people being able to use the credit cards. And I talked to some really, really big hitters. I talked to people in the industry, how the industry works. And when I was done talking to them, I did not think Mr. Mufara would get this done, period. It is a really, really hard thing to do for a new company to have a merchant account, do the volume that ONPASSIVE is doing, and individuals being able to come in and buy with credit cards. Extremely hard. I did not think ONPASSIVE would get it done. What happened? What happened? Well, ONPASSIVE, again, they see a problem, they find a solution, they implement it. In 2 weeks, Mr. Mufara had that problem solved and had implemented it. And initially when he came in, the window was very, very small that people could come in and use a credit card. And each day it got a little bigger, a little bigger, a little bigger. Each week got a little bigger, a little bigger, a little bigger. Today, I don't know of anybody that wanted to come in and pay for OConnect that wasn't able to come in, use their credit card, and it was a done deal. They owned OConnect. They literally started the engine of ONPASSIVE with their business within ONPASSIVE. It's a done deal. Now, are there some people out there that might still be having a problem? Maybe they're not hitting that window. Yeah, there might be. But for the most part, the majority of the people coming in, they're hitting that window, they're buying OConnect, and they're starting the engine of ONPASSIVE. Now, I have talked to many, many people over the last couple of weeks, and they call me and they just tell me this is not working for me. Or I have paid and I'm not seeing OConnect. A lot of different reasons that they're having problems with it. And basically what I do, I say, okay, if you don't have a problem, give me your login information. I'll go back into your OES back office and I'll see what the problem is. Not 99%, but 100% of the time when I go back there, it's human error. They just made a mistake. They just didn't have the knowledge they needed. They do now to get it done. It really was that simple. It was not ONPASSIVE. It was not Ash Mufareh. It was not the tech team. It was our fault. Those affiliates in ONPASSIVE just had a problem. That's all. But it's a very, very simple problem. It was solved, and they bought OConnect. It really was that easy. So the majority of the problems, I believe, 100% in my experience, it's you and I. So all of that will get resolved. People will be able to come in and buy OConnect. But here's where I'm going with the OConnect analogy. Today, and again, every day it's something new with those affiliates in ONPASSIVE. Today, well, I'm not getting paid. I see money in my back office. I see money in the OES back office in my wallet, and I'm not getting paid. I can't draw it out. Okay. I've had people come to me and they say, and these are people, they haven't lost their enthusiasm of ONPASSIVE. It's just what's running through their mind. I have no problem with that. I don't have a problem with questions. I have no problem answering those questions. But they come at me and they go, Mike, it's the 10th of December. And by the way, this is more than one person. It's a lot more than one person. They go, I just, because of ONPASSIVE, because of what I've seen, I think December is over. Nothing is going to happen in December. And I look at him and I go, okay, well, what are you thinking? Well, I think 2024, I think if we just keep our expectations low and we think about 2024, big things are going to be happening in 2024. And I agree with them. Keep your expectation low. That's okay. That's fine. As you keep your expectation low, though, also hope for tomorrow, the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th. And I looked at him, I said, okay, so today's the 10th of December, right? Right? Is December over? And just a blank stare. It's like they're not even considering that they have 2.5 weeks left of December for Mr. Mufareh to do whatever he's going to do. And I say, listen, December is not over. When you think about Mr. Mufareh, when you think about problems, when you think about solutions, when you think about what they've done in the past and what they've done in the last couple of weeks, understand that Mr. Mufareh is loaded for bear. He's not loading. He is loaded for bear. And he is going to come out one of these days, and he has an ash bomb coming along with everything else that's going to be coming our way. That's going to blow you away. Today, it's the 14th of December. We still have a couple of weeks left in December. Mr. Mufareh is not waiting for anything. The only thing he's waiting for is the perfect timing for him to come out and just amaze you. That's what's happening right now. This is something I know. How do I know that? I know it because I've been on ONPASSIVE for 5 years. Mr. Mufareh's been doing this for 6 years. I've listened to Mr. Mufareh over the years. He has never said something that he hasn't done. He is a man of integrity. He will do what he says he's going to do. So, yeah, it's okay. Have the low expectations, but hope for tomorrow. Hope's a really, really good thing. And when you have hope in Mr. Mufareh, when you have hope in ONPASSIVE, all of a sudden things get real in a very, very quick way. And I believe that's going to happen with the rest of December. Ash Mufareh hasn't talked to us for a couple of weeks. That's okay, because when Ash isn't talking to us, I know that he and his team are running full bore. That's a really, really good thing. Again, problem, solutions, implementation. That's happening. That's doing it right now. December 2024, it's just a great time to be alive. It's a great time to have hope in ONPASSIVE. And ONPASSIVE, Mr. Mufareh, he will not disappoint. I guarantee it. It's what I know. So today, what I wanted to do, rather than telling you what I don't know, I wanted to tell you what I do know. And once you understand and have the knowledge, it's there. It's right in front of you. You're at peace. And that, along with hope, is a really, really good place to be. So that's what I wanted to share with everybody today. Yeah, I understand why some of the affiliates are coming out and saying, well, we just don't know, just wait. That is not me. I want you to know what I know, understand it, know it, and you're going to find that not only does that peace come over you, but the next few days, the next few months, they're going to be absolutely awesome because of what Mr. Mufara has done, because of his vision, because of the structure of ONPASSIVE, because of the way it's all unfolding, and it is unfolding perfectly. And from there, guys, have a great week. And again, the week's not quite over yet, so it might even get better than this. It's already good. And then in the weeks and the months to come, just get ready. It's just going to blow you away. Take care. And yeah, we'll absolutely see everybody on the inside. Take care. Bye.